So good morning. Well, good afternoon. I always say good morning, and I've been doing this for like a year. Good afternoon. Welcome back to our Saturday yoga practice. Today we're doing mindful core, which is like just essentially we're going to be doing a flow that will look very familiar in some ways, but sending our attention to the core muscles that support us, that keep us feeling strong, and that enable us to move and transition. With a little more emphasis maybe on like the abdominal region in parts of practice, but the idea being the mindful aspect of it, of like how do you engage the core, how do you like tap into that. Everyone always says like engage the core, and it's like, okay, what? Because you would do that differently in different circumstances and different postures and different movements with different breaths. So we're just going to play around with having that be the focus, this trunk part of our bodies. For today's class, I chose the Black Pumas, just like a Black Pumas playlist. I just like really enjoyed a lot of the inauguration stuff. I just like delighted in it. I was like lapping it from a little bowl. I was like, oh, delightful, wonderful. So the Black Pumas were among the things I found ever so splendid. So if you want to play them, it's not necessarily relaxing, but they have a really cool vibe. So that's what I'm going to jam out to. And yeah, I don't really have another and. Let's just get onto the mat. I've talked enough already. So play your playlist, have your beverage ready. I'm going to sit on my fancy little yoga pillow, and we're going to start as we often do in a seated position. We won't always start sitting, but I really like it, especially in the colder months, to really work in a nice warm up. It just feels really natural to me, and I hope it does for you too. So let's take a pause, take a sip. And we are going to find a comfortable seated position. Feel your sits bones or just your seat making contact with whatever surface you're sitting on. Take a few deep breaths, maybe roll the shoulders back. I actually sometimes like to jump my shoulders up and down because I always creep them up, and just rolling them back, sometimes they actually get a little stuck up here. So if you're rolling them, really feel that downward motion of the shoulders, or you can do a couple like hops and let them settle at the bottom. Begin to take a couple deep breaths in, just naturally, and on the inhale, begin to find that alignment. That inhale brings in that alertness. The posture of the spine aligning with the crown, tailbone, bringing the ears directly above the shoulders, and align with the hips, and then hands can rest gently in your lap. You can choose a mudra if you like. You can kind of make up your own mudra, just something with your fingers or your palms to do, or just let them relax gently in your lap. Begin to close your eyes or just soften the eyelids and the muscles around your eyes so that you're kind of not looking at anything in particular. If you're not stuffed up, close the mouth and begin to breathe slowly through the nose. And deep exhale, settling in. I have a favorite meditation teacher who, of course, I don't listen to enough because one can't meditate too much, but Jeff Warren. And I really appreciate the imagery he brings to meditation, to mindfulness. And one thing I found particularly helpful was the idea that even when we find ourselves, we do that first step of noticing that we are ahead of ourselves, that we're kind of frantic, our energy is like all over the place. And we're like, hey, it would be really great to meditate right now, or just take a breath. Maybe we even get to the point where we do settle, we sit, we take a couple breaths in. But we might notice that even though we're sitting, our mind is still running. It's still racing. Our bodies and minds haven't yet caught up with the breath, and the breath hasn't caught up with the body and mind. So let's take a moment to get everything in sync. Slow everything down to the pace of the breath. Take a couple moments like this. And breathe out and feel relaxation with that exhale. Begin to open your eyes. Excellent. So we're going to roll over onto our hands and knees. Wrists underneath our shoulders, under our elbows, under shoulders, knees under hips, and just bring in a cat and cow. And this right away, we can begin to bring our awareness to the core. I often talk about cat and cow as a back warm-up, as we're warming up our spines, and certainly we're doing so. But the muscles that facilitate this live in our trunk. So really feel that contraction as you exhale and gaze below. And on that inhale, that expanse of the front body as you stretch that skin and gaze up. Feel how the core moves, even if it's not firing up or you don't feel, like you're doing a crunch. Notice what it's doing for you. Let's come to a neutral spine and tuck the toes. And here we're just going to bring our hips to one ankle and then the other. Good. Take anything else you need here. And I'm going to take off my socks. And then coming to a neutral spine. We're going to lift the right leg up. You can flex that foot or point it. Just give it some alertness. And we're just going to bring some hip circles in, really lubricating the hip joint. One direction, continuing to let the breath dictate what the pace should be. Maybe reverse the circles at this point. Excellent, and lower that leg down. We're going to do the same with the left. Engage the ankle in the foot and bring big circles in, noticing the side body, how it facilitates this movement. Excellent, reversing the circle. Excellent. I'm just going to turn around so I don't face the back. From here, you're going to extend the back foot, the right foot, and turn onto the inside edge of that right foot and begin to send your body up. So you're essentially supporting yourself with one leg. I realize my bottom half, again, is very dark. From here, you're going to place the right arm gently along the right leg. Inhale tall, left arm up. Exhale, gentle lean to the right. Not putting any weight on your knee and not collapsing, but using that strong core to send that energy up and out. This is a gate pose. Inhale, both arms out. Gaze over the left fingers, little seated warrior two. Lower the left fingers to the ground. Reach the right arms up and feel that stretch up the right side of the body. Deep breath. Inhale to send that body up, using that core to lift you. Exhale, lower the arms to the floor. Bring in that leg. I'm going to turn around to do the other side. We're going to extend the left leg long. Turn the toes so they face forward and you have the whole sole of the foot supporting you as you come on up. The back, the bent leg can kind of do whatever it needs to do so you feel balanced. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, stretching to the left. Engaging that core, ever so slight tuck of the tailbone. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, gaze over the right fingers. And send the right fingers down to the floor. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, using that core to lift you up. Well done. And then rotating the body back down to the floor. Tabletop position. Excellent job. From here, open the knees wide. Take a breath. And then exhale, send the tailbone towards your heels. Big toes touching. And settle into your child's pose. Forehead against the mat. Take a minute to catch up with your breath. Let the breath catch up with the movement. And then inhale, lifting from the tailbone, using the core muscles to facilitate the lift. Come on back to your tabletop. And let's begin to move into our first downward of the day. So walk those palms forward a little bit, tuck the toes, and send those hips high in the sky. And your knees can be bent. Your heels do not have to touch the ground. Just walk the feet out once you get there. Feeling into this position, adjusting to it. Whew. Good. Take one breath here. Deep sigh it out. Let's take that again. Let the sigh really come from within. Let it all out. Deep breath in. Let it all go. Excellent. Then we're going to walk the hands towards the feet. Nice bend in those knees. Hips, ankles underneath our hips. And just hang. Let that head be heavy. Bend those knees deeply, rooting through the feet. Begin to rise. One vertebrae at a time, letting that head be nice and heavy. And at the end, I'll roll back those shoulders. Let them hang long. Arms down by your sides, palms facing front. Inhale deeply. Exhale, close your eyes. Feel the grounding of your feet. One more breath in. And this time on the exhale, open your eyes. Excellent. I'm going to come to face you. You can stand wherever is comfortable. Feet underneath your hips. Inhale, arms up. You can't see my wrist. I'm going to take a step back. You're going to take your right hand and reach your left wrist. Pull it nice and long. Feel the length in your spine. On an exhale, begin to gently pull that left side over to the right. From here, a little balance challenge. Shift your weight onto the left foot. Maybe begin to lift the right foot just a little off the ground, making a little letter or a big letter C. Whew. And when you're ready, lower it back down to the ground and swing those arms. Loosen up the shoulders. You can even wiggle the legs a little bit. Good. Inhale, arms up. This time, left hand is going to reach over to the right wrist. Stretch it nice and long. Feel that tailbone instead of coming out. Gently tuck it in. Doesn't have to be flat with the spine, but feel that engagement like it's plugging in. Exhale, send the body to the left. You're not collapsing down, but you're sending it strong out and up. You can stay here or you can shift the weight onto the right foot. Left foot maybe becomes a little more weightless. And maybe you're able to find a focus, your drishti, and lift that left foot in the air. A lot of core action here. Inhale, so send it back down, reach those arms up. And exhale, bend everything, let it all go. Whew. Excellent, let's come on back to the backs of our mat. We're gonna inhale, reach those arms up and let us flow. Exhale, leading with that heart, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, find the length in the spine, pulling in both directions. Exhale, forward fold. We're going to repeat that. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Final one. Inhale, halfway lift. Maybe your hands come to your hips, elbows come together. Really feel those shoulders plugging in. And then exhale, let it all go, forward fold. You're going to look forward and carefully walk those hands out to a plank position. You can drop the knees. Take a moment to breathe here. Feel the engagement of the core, the belly button pulling towards the spine. Inhale, shifting forward. Exhale, nice and steady. Lower that upper body to the floor. Push through those palms. Inhale, cobra. Under the little baby cobra, so my elbows are bent, tops of my feet are on the ground, and elbows are pulling towards each other. My neck is long, so I'm not crushing it in either direction. And then exhale, come onto your hands and knees. Tuck those toes, send those hips out and up, downward facing dog. Deep breath in to settle. Exhale, relax into it. Inhale, shifting forward, shoulders over wrists. Send the pelvis down in line with the spine, and then using the same core muscles, the belly button pulls up, come on back, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath here. Next inhale, same thing. Core lights up as we shift our hearts forward, finding a plank for a moment. Next breath, send it back up. Well done. Inhale, lifting the right heel, keeping it in line with your hips. Exhale, shift forward, send that knee to your nose, hover for just a moment, and then launch it between those hands. Excellent, square those hips. Whew. Next, inhale, plant the left hand on the ground, peel the right arm up. Exhale, lower it back down, send the front leg back, high plank or low plank. Move through your chaturanga. You can move through cobra. I'm doing an upward dog. And then come on back. Meet in our downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Exhale, relax in. Next, inhale, lifting the left heel high in the sky. Again, not losing control of it, keeping it in line with the hips as best we can. Shifting forward, sending that knee towards our nose. Hover for a moment, just until you feel it. You're like, okay, I know what's going on here. When you do, send it between those hands. Take a breath. Square the hips. Send the right hip forward, left hip back. Next, inhale, plant the right hand on the ground. Peel open the left. Rise and shine. Yeah. I have a dance student. She sings like everything, and I start picking up her mannerisms. I'll be like, go on your toes. She's like, on my toes. And I'm like, yeah, girl. So I've become my 12-year-old student. Lower that left hand down. Plant those palms. Feel rooted. Using the core enough to engage so you lift that back leg, the front leg back to meet the back leg high plank. And find your chaturanga. Dandasana. Woo. And then exhale. Come on back into your downward facing dog. Excellent. We're going to gaze forward. You can step, walk, or hop those feet in between your hands. From here, deep bend in your knees. Lift those hands back like you just launched off a ski slope. And we're going to brush the ground. Reach those arms forward, forward, forward. Maybe come up past your ears. Chair pose. Take a deep breath. Utkatasana, intense pose, lightning pose. One more round of breath. And on your next exhale, lower down, forward fold, hang here. From here, you're going to heel toe those feet to the sides of your mat, toes pointing out. Reach for opposite elbows. Do a little ragdoll here. A little bit of a wider leg. Let that neck be heavy. Let those hips move. You can even bend the knees. This is all you. Good, and then come on back to center. Release those hands. Toe, heel, those feet back to hips with distance, or they can be touching. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Feel that core on the fold, almost like you're pulling the belly button up into the sky. And that might give you a little space to move forward. And inhale again, halfway lift. Hands come to hips, elbows coming close, and then rooting through the feet, keeping your back straight this time. Oh, rise to standing. I always feel that like right in my buns. I was like, why is that a feeling? Release those arms, gaze straight ahead. Feel into the strength and stability of this posture, into the refreshing breath that you're taking, hopefully. Excellent. Let us flow again. Bend those knees, reach those arms up. Maybe you want to take the slightest back bend, almost like a stretch in the morning. Oh. And then swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, plant the hands, step or hop back, both of which require core strength. Gosh, my hops, that's a growth edge for me. Good, and find your chaturanga. If you want to skip the chaturanga, by all means, you will have plenty of opportunities. You can just meet in downward facing dog. Once we arrive, find the breath. Ground all 10 knuckles into the floor. Slow it down. Notice how you're doing. And inhale, right heel high. Exhale, shift forward, crunch. This time we're gonna hold it for another breath. Crunch that knee in. Almost there. And now step in between, excellent work. From here, square the hips. You have your right leg in front. So make sure you can kind of see me. Right leg in front, left leg extended long. Heel over ankle. Here, come on up. Lift that torso off the leg. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, cactus arms. Bend those elbows at a right angle. Inhale, shine that heart up to the sky. Exhale, keeping that posture, keeping that core engaged. Gentle lean forward like you are an extension of the back leg. Inhale, come on up, expand, shine the heart up. Exhale, engage the core. Gentle lean forward like you're peering over the edge of a cliff. Inhale, last round. Exhale. Hover in this 45-degree angle, and then gently plant those hands. Step the right leg back, three-legged dog, high in the sky. Ooh, and then lower it down, shifting forward. Chaturanga. Again, you can always skip chaturanga. Let's meet in our downward facing dog. Take a breath. Check into your positions. Are all 10 knuckles planted into the ground? Are you pressing into your feet equally with the outer edge as well as the inner edge? In fact, send more of your energy into the pinky edge sides, almost like it's an external rotation of the legs. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, shift forward, knee to nose. Hold this crunch, generate strength, feel the belly button lifting, giving your legs space to move. One more breath. And then step it forward, excellent work. Catch your breath. And when you're ready, however is best for you, lift that body off your leg. Arms high in the sky. Exhale, cactus arms. Find your focus. You can look at something that you kind of look up and down a wall, or kind of a more internal focus. Inhale, expand up. Exhale, 45 degrees. Hold that belly button in, neck long. Shaking is good. Inhale, heart up. Exhale. Even though we're paying attention to the core, our legs are strong and stable, keeping us here. Last round. And then lower those hands to the ground, framing the front foot. Inhale to lift the front leg back, three-legged dog, high in the sky. And then lower that foot down, lower those hips into your plank, and then shift forward, chaturanga. Man. And from here, take a child's pose, take a sip of water. I have like some little thing in my throat. Excellent. Take your rest. gonna continue to flow, 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 flow. Excellent. So let's meet in downward facing dog. Get there however you like. I'm gonna walk my palms forward and tuck my toes. Good work. Inhale, right leg lifts. This time lift it a little higher, turn out the toes. Maybe you can bend the knees and just let that heel hang towards your butt. Just getting that little hip opener. Good. Lift that leg high and then square those hips again. The leg might come a little lower. And you're gonna step it through. Turn out the back toes to face out. And when you're ready, windmill those arms up into the mighty warrior two. Good, hang tight. Wondering if this will help give me a little backdrop so you can see my legs a little clearer. There we go, a little better. Lifting on an inhale, the torso, so it's straight up and down rather than leaning. Make sure that the front foot bisects the back foot. Gaze over the right fingers. Inhale, reverse the warrior. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, supported side angle. Exhale, warrior two. This time, same flow. Take it any further than that you would like. Basically, move the way your body wants. Maybe slow it down, move through fuller expression, so to speak. So inhale, reverse that warrior. Feel the stretch in the right side, compression in the left. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, any form of side angle that you like. Inhale, knowing with every lift, the core is just packed with energy. Even though you might feel it more in your legs, core is working, working, working. Good, take one more round of flow. Alexa, couch light on. Oh, I got so dark in here. Okay, maybe that's a little better. And when you finish your last side angle, come on up. Sink a little deeper. Lift that torso a little higher. Tuck the tailbone, gaze, feel into the warrior two. Deep breath. And then release it with a nice windmill. Plant the hands. Turn the back leg to square the hips. Step the front leg back. Chaturanga. Well done. That was a long time in your warrior two. And we'll meet in downward facing dog. How's your core doing? How do you feel in that middle area? If there is more that you would like to add and more activation you'd like to bring to it, definitely do that. If you want to back off a little bit, take a little rest, do that. Inhale, left heel in the sky, then turn the toes out to the left side and just bend the knee, bringing a little opening into those hips. And then squaring the hips, extend the leg long. Exhale, you're gonna step it between your hands. I'm gonna turn around so I'm not facing the back wall. From this lunge, you're gonna turn out the back toes. Using the power of your body, lift yourself up. You can always use a hand to facilitate. Excellent. Inhale, breathe a lift into your body, almost like your upper body's lifting away from your hips. As your hips are very grounded and solid, your body's not grounded with it. It has a kind of a life of its own. It's kind of lifting off, taking away any extra burden on your legs because you have the spine and the core to hold you up. Gaze over the front fingers, the left fingers. Take a breath. And we're going to reverse the cycle of breath on this side. So instead of inhaling on the reverse, we're going to exhale just to see how that resonates with you. So inhale long. Exhale, reverse warrior. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, side angle. Find your flow. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Noticing just how much your body is working, not just your legs. And that moving steadily we really build a foundation of strength and stability. It may not happen all at once. It's kind of like the patient practice makes perfect. Find one more cycle. After your last extended side angle, reach into that warrior two, gaze forward, maybe sink the hips a little further, lift the heart a little higher, and then windmill down. Oh yes, release this position. Step the front leg back and move through your Chaturanga Dandasana. And you know where we're gonna meet, downward facing dog. I'm gonna turn around again. Man, I need like cameras on both sides. Excellent. From here, take a deep breath to settle. Deep emptying exhale. Take as full a breath that you can manage in this position. Deep breath in and hold it at the top. And then slowly release it through a tiny hole in your lips. Take your time, release it slowly. And then take a normal breath as you need. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, shift forward, right leg to left elbow. You knew these were coming. It's a core class. Inhale high, three-legged dog. Exhale, right knee to right elbow. Maybe you can get that heel a little higher up. Inhale back. Exhale, knee to forehead or knee to nose. And step it forward. Excellent, we're gonna rotate the back leg just a smidge so that you can plant the sole of your foot on the ground. You might need to adjust the space between your feet. Inhale, send that body up. Square the hips to the front of the room. Inhale, arms up, bend in the front leg. Warrior one. Shoulders down, gaze lifts, heart is open. Excellent, from here, you're gonna shift just as we did in our lunge earlier. Your heart for a 45-degree angle forward. Begin to transfer the weight to the front leg, stepping the back leg in just a little more. And then maybe the back leg can lift off the ground. Hands come to prayer. To a little warrior three. Good, find your balance. If you come out of it, just come on back in. Activate through both feet. One more breath. From here, gentle bend in the supporting leg. Nice and slowly, you're gonna bring the back leg through. Continue bringing it through. Bend it, the knee in front of your body and extend. Arms can come up, they can come out, whatever you like. And then sending it back through the other side, back into our warrior three. Stability in the body. And then as gracefully as you can, bend the front leg, send the back leg down to the floor. Oh, and as much of a warrior one that we can manage. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, plant them down. Square the hips, step the front leg back, and move through your chaturanga. Almost there. Oh, and exhale, send it up. Well done, deep breath in. You know where we're going. Let it out. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, shift forward, left knee to right elbow. Maybe you can lift that left ankle a little higher in the air. Inhale, send it back. Exhale, left knee to left elbow. Again, maybe the ankle can go a little higher, so less like this and maybe a little more like that. Or maybe you can do it like so much better than I can demonstrate. Inhale up. Exhale, shift forward, nose and knee unite as one. And then you step it forward. I'm gonna pivot. You stay just as you are. Send that heart forward. And you're gonna rotate the back foot just a little. So you can plant the sole of the foot on the ground. Really feel through the outer edge of that foot. And inhale, come to rise. The upper body, come to rise. Bend in that front leg, warrior one. Feel how this side might feel different. From here, begin to shift your weight to the front leg. Maybe we lift the back leg off the ground. Hands come to prayer or to hips or to airplane arms. Warrior three. Find an internal focus as we begin to shift that leg through. Bend the knee in front of our bodies. And when you're ready, extend it front. Does not have to be straight. Whoa, that core action, and then bend it again. As one, send that body a little forward. So you kick that leg back. Find whatever you need here in the last remaining moments in this posture. And then gracefully plant it down behind you. Warrior one for a split second. Exultant warrior. And then lower the hands. Step one foot back to meet the other. And chaturanga. Excellent. Inhale. Up. Exhale back. And from here, you can hop or step the feet forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale to bend your knees and rise up one vertebrae at a time. Rolling back the shoulders. Find a place of stillness. Palms forward. Eyes can close. Catch your breath. Excellent. From here, I'm just coming to the center of my mat, but you can stay wherever you're comfortable. I'm gonna bring the toes, big toes to touching. Bend your knees. Reach those arms back, already sending that heart forward. And come into our chair pose. And I don't want you to necessarily tuck the tailbone, but maybe feel the belly button pulling towards the spine, and you might kind of reflexively feel the tailbone pull under as you do. From here, plant your weight into the right leg, lift the left heel high, and cross it over. Breath here. Exhale, send it forward and down. Next breath, left leg lifts, and exhale, cross. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale strong. Exhale, hands come to prayer, twisting to the right, connecting outer right leg to left elbow. Inhale up. And exhale, twisting to the left. And inhale up. Exhale, straighten the legs. Ooh, forward. Fold, well done. Excellent. From here, I just turn to face the short edge of my mat. You're gonna bend your knees, plant your palms, and just cross one leg back and then the other, catching yourself as you sit down. Whew, good work. Take a breath, take a sip of water, take whatever you need. And from here, we are going to roll back onto the mat. Hands are going to be planted next to your hips, palms down. From here, you're going to extend your legs up to the sky in this jackknife position. Just take a moment here, feel the reversal of that flow, kind of coming back into your body. Take a breath, plant the palms, and exhale, lower them just about 45 degrees. Deep breath in. Exhale, lower, another 45 degrees. Feel the lower back pressing into the mat. One breath in. Exhale, lower, just and hover an inch above the floor. Inhale, lift. Oh yeah, it's happening. Exhale, lower, 45. Inhale to hold and sustain. Exhale, lower. Inhale, sustain it. Exhale to hover. Inhale to bring them back up. Last round, you've done it. Exhale, hover. Inhale, hold. Exhale, hover. Inhale, hold. Exhale, hover. Last swing. Inhale, hold. And then exhale, just bring your hands to the backs of your legs and release the core a little bit, keeping your legs up. Wonderful. Here, you're going to bend your knees a little bit, kind of swing your hips up so you can plant your hands underneath your butt. Plant them under your butt, under your glutes. Wonderful. From here, you're going to extend the left leg long, right leg stays up. Exhale to switch. Inhale to switch. And exhale to switch. Nothing's ever touching the ground. Good. Find a little cycle. Can we bring a little more ease to this? Matching it with your breath may help the mind, cool the mind, so it's not working so hard. It's just breath and movement. Breath and movement. Flexing those toes. One more cycle, one more side, each leg. Excellent. Bring those legs up, bend the knees, release the arms, let the knees drop to one side, gaze over the opposite shoulder. Feel a really mindful release in the core. Can you send more relaxation to it than just letting go of the pose? Can you really be like, no, I'm really relaxed there. And then inhale, come past center, let the legs drop to the other side. Gaze over the opposite shoulder. You can close your eyes if you like. And then inhale those knees, coming back through center. We're gonna walk those legs long down past our mat. And on an inhale, we're gonna lift our torso off the ground, and on an exhale, we're gonna fold towards our feet. So just so you have a little demonstration, you're gonna inhale, arms up, body up, and then exhale, fold. You can always bend your knees. You don't have to fold flat like a pancake. So just take your breath, collect yourself. It's gonna be like a lower core exercise. You can always use your hands to like kind of help you if you're having trouble, don't worry. Inhale deeply. Exhale it all out. Really empty out this cavern so that your inhale really lifts you. Inhale up. And then exhale, release. Again, you can bend your knees. Just let this release actually be a release. If you're like really straining here, bend a little more, create a little bit more ease. Good. Take a couple more breaths. If you have a strap, excellent time to put it over your legs, over your feet, and then just kind of pull your heart forward. From here, we're going to reach our legs. Reach for our legs, a spot that's closer to your body than before. If you're reaching your toes, hold your ankles. If you're reaching your ankles, reach your shins. Therefore, you understand, so on and so forth. So from here, we're going to inhale that heart forward, getting a little more length in the spine. Exhale, release, round it down. Inhale, same thing. Inhale to create space. Exhale to fill the space. Two more like that. Inhale, create space. Send the heart forward. Exhale, fill it up. Last one, take it a little slower. Inhale, create space. Exhale, fill the space. And from here, just roll up. Make it as like zombie-like as possible. Like, oh, nice and easy. From here, we're gonna lean back a little bit, but like your best like Baywatch. Like send that heart up, heart and tatas up. Plant the feet on the ground. And I have a little angle in my back. I'm not sitting like this. That's not really good for my body, but whatever works for you. Free the sits bones by moving any flesh away. From here, we're gonna go into a little boat pose. So flex or point the feet. You can do it at a 90-degree angle. If you're into it, you can straighten the legs. The important part really is that heart coming forward. From here, you can stay here and just gently rock your knees from side to side, or you can bring your hands to a little prayer. Ooh. And then exhale, bring the tips of the fingers to the right side as the knees go slightly to the left. Inhale up. Oh, it just got like bright in my house. I don't understand. Exhale, touch the floor to the left. Find your flow. Inhale up. Ooh, creating that space. Exhale, finding that stretch. Inhale up, lengthen. And then exhale, touch down. One more time, each side. We're almost done with the whole core. Don't worry. Well, not the whole core. We're never done with the core. Core, core, and nothing but the core. When you finish that last side, take a moment, reach the backs of your legs, pull that heart in a little closer, and then exhale, release those legs to the floor. Just windshield wiper those knees. Well done. Just breathe into it. The core doesn't always have to be hurting for you to be like, I've worked it. If it is hurting, which mine has a little bit of a, it's a little bit angry, that's also a good thing. It's like a super awareness that you've used these muscles, but a lot of times the muscles are working kind of behind the scenes. From here, let's give our core, let's give these like frontal abdominal muscles a little stretch. They've been really tight for a lot of this class. So let's just kind of hug our bodies into our legs. Take a deep, kind of refreshing breath. Let it kind of wash everything away. And then exhale, lower down to the floor. Walk those heels closer to your butt cheeks so you can almost graze them with your fingertips if you reach those arms out long. Take a moment, lower the lower back to the floor. So instead of there being this little London Bridge, this like tunnel, try your best to press it down. You might not get it all the way. It really depends on our own skeletal structures here and our muscles, but try your best to send it down. That energy of pressing it down, that's all you need. Take a moment to breathe here. Feeling into that compressed, that sort of energized core. And then when you're ready, deep breath in. Exhale, you're gonna lift the hips off the ground. If you did bring a block, squeezing one in between your thighs is a really nice option here. Just try not to let the knees open so wide. Lifting those hips high in the air, you can use your hands to support that lift if you'd like. Or you can kind of walk the shoulder blades, the scapula a little closer to each other and clasp the fingers underneath you and pull those hands towards your heels. Inhale to lift a little higher. Exhale to sustain it. Option on your next inhale to lift the heels. Exhale to sustain. Another option, if you lower your heels, you can lift one leg. Oh yeah, we're going all out. This is our grand finale, like the fireworks at the inauguration, where it was like, oh my God, have they not lit a firework in like 5 years? Like, I had concerns about the number of fireworks. So this is your fireworks. It's your inauguration, and these are your fireworks. Take whatever you need here. Feel into like the glutes, feel into this whole system. I have like heat in my face, and then lower it down one vertebrae at a time. Good work. Now it's freestyle. Take whatever you want. A shoulder stands. I'm gonna do a happy baby. So happy baby, reaching the outer edges. If you like to do handstands and somersaults and, peacocks against the wall, whatever, you can take it. I'm gonna take a happy baby and shine my butt up to the heavens. Some people also call this dead bug pose. So if that is like a better image for you, go for it. While I'm in this position, I'm gently rocking side to side. My hands are just providing like a really casual pull. So my knees are slightly directed towards my armpits, but it's not forced or anything. They're just resting. Take any little movements you like here. Let the sun shine in. And when you are ready, you can gently touch your feet together into a nice bound ankle pose, and you can remain like this for Shavasana, or extend your legs long. Let your arms be wide, palms can be up. If you're ready to receive, if you're like ready to be grounded and connected, you can turn the palms down. Find that breath again. The breath really, once you spend a lot of time with it, it can really become a gift. It may not feel like that now. It may possibly even be a source of anxiety when you focus on it. But when you can really learn to love the breath and really cherish it and treasure it, it really is a gift. So let your eyes close, let the breath do what it does, nourishing you, cooling you off, replacing all the oxygen in your body. And then here in our final moments of stillness, maybe even of meditation, I encourage you to find what that meditation teacher, Jeff Warren, calls your home base. That can be the breath, a spot in the body where you feel the breath the most, or even that kind of clamshell-like motion of the diaphragm. Or your home base can be a feeling of the air on your skin, sensation in your body, heat or temperature in your hands, something that you notice. You can notice if it's staying the same, or you can notice its ebb and flow. And at every moment, say, what is my home base doing right now? And right now, and now again. So take a moment, find a place that you can send your focus. And just check in, how is it doing again and again and again? And it is a vertical deepening, similar to the way a hummingbird dips again and again into a flower for nectar. You come out of it, you just dip back in again. You may notice that the mind, being as sneaky as it is, you kind of have to shave back a couple layers to get back. You scrape away some layers and you shave them away again. And then you dip back in, mindfully reunited with that home base. Try this for a couple of moments. Excellent. And let's just take a deep breath in to kind of cleanse it all out and seal the practice together. And deep breath out, letting it all go, emptying everything. And just bring some gentle movement back into your body. And when you are ready, you can open your eyes, just taking in the world. And from here, I offer you namaste, and I encourage you to remain on your mat as long as it feels good for you. And I offer you my sincerest gratitude. I'm so glad we could join each other today, and I hope to see you again soon. Tune into Flow with Catherine to catch any classes you may have missed, and I will see you hopefully next Thursday. Take care, everybody.